Finally, some excitement back on Tyneside. I genuinely think Newcastle could be about to sign one of the smartest midfield signings in European football, Aladji Bamba. Now, Aladji Bamba isn't a flashy player. He's not the guy that's going to score your worldies. He's not the guy that's going to grab your headlines. But holding the very best holding midfielders very rarely do. Now, when I watch this kid, I see traits of a young N'Golo Kante. And I know people will say that's a crazy shout. But he is a relentless ball-winning midfielder. Incredible work rate. Incredible discipline. And it's what I feel Newcastle have lacked for so long in this midfield. Even with Sandro Tonali with his engine, I feel we've lacked this. Now, everybody's been talking about Lamine Camara from Monaco. Lamine Camara is the all-rounder. He does everything for Monaco. He's that midfielder. He gets forward. He's a box-to-box. He scores goals. He links play. Lamine Camara has looked so good in this Monaco midfield, partly due to Aladji Bamba doing the dirty work in that centre midfield. If Newcastle really do get this deal done, I think this could be the bedrock. This could be the foundation. This could be the new look of our centre midfield with Aladji Bamba at the centre of it. If you're new around here, I'm Adam. This is Two for Joy. Finally, we get to talk transfers rather than all the other stuff that's going on. Get down there, like, subscribe, hype, do all the good things. Hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think of Aladji Bamba. So, Aladji Bamba. Where are we going to start? With the same question we ask every time we bring anybody in to Newcastle. Can he score goals? Can he create chances? Can he beat a man? No, this is not Aladji Bamba. But sometimes the most important player in a team isn't the one making the headlines. Sometimes the player that is most important is the player that makes everyone look better. And that's what I believe we are signing in Aladji Bamba. And that's why I am so excited for this signing. Because at just 20 years of age, he's broke into the Monaco team. He signed his first professional contract in 2024 and broke into Monaco's first 11 during the 25-26 season. So he's only had a season. He finished the campaign with 25 senior appearances, and more importantly, he wasn't just playing league football, he's also gained valuable Champions League experience at 20 years old. And this is something that will only help him develop over time. Now, the interesting thing about him is he is everything that we haven't signed previously. In my opinion, he has traits of N'Golo Kante. It's a bold claim, but he has traits. And everybody's been talking about Lamine Camara. And he's the guy that has allowed Lamine Camara to shine. Liverpool have watched him. Chelsea have watched him. Newcastle have repeatedly watched him. I know Antonio Mango has put stuff out previously about this kid. Honestly, he is a very high ceiling, very high potential talent. And he has become one of the hottest young defensive midfielders in Europe because of his energy, his ability to carry the ball and his attacking influence. And he's not attacking influence in the sense that he's going to play those intricate through balls and put you on the front foot in the final third. This is the guy that will literally shut down a midfield. He will shut down an attack of another team and come away with the ball and put you on the front foot for transition. And it's such a valuable trait in a midfield. Realistically, he is in I think it's top 5 players for duels over last season. It's any player over 500 minutes. He is in the top 5 for defensive duels, which is a massive accolade for a 20-year-old. He's making 9 successful tackles per game. he is somebody that will win second balls. He is somebody that will read danger before it develops. And at such a young age, he's somebody that covers spaces that other midfielders leave behind. Very much in the mould of probably what Sandro Tonali did for us. But his passing and his progressive passing is much better than Sandro Tonali's was. And a lot of people will say Sandro Tonali was a good progressive passer. But as we all know, he also gave the ball away a lot. And I'll be honest, when I watch him, I don't see a flashy midfielder. I do see the traits of N'Golo Kante. Now, I'm not saying he's the next N'Golo Kante. That would be unfair on any young player. But I do see similar characteristics. And probably the biggest one for me is his discipline. This guy can sit and hold in a midfield as a 6, traditionally, I think should do. And he's played in a 6 on his own and as a double pivot, which gives Newcastle a massive trait to be able to unlock this midfield and start playing a 4-2-3-1, which is what I am desperately crying out for us to do. Allow players like Nick Voltemade to sit in as a 10 and have the creative freedom to make things happen up front. But it's also his work rate and his anticipation. This kid's got an engine on him. And he's got fantastic anticipation of being able to read a game at 20 years old. I think it's a great signing for Newcastle. I am genuinely excited about this new look midfield. We've lost Sandro Tonali, we've lost Anthony Gordon, we might lose Bruno, but we're putting together the new Sandro, Joel Linton and Bruno. We are putting together a midfield where we have players who are comfortable holding the ball. And this is the most important thing for Newcastle. Stop playing transitional football. Start playing like we can control a game. And Steur and Bambber, Aladji Bamba, can give us this. And with Lewis Miley in the mix as well, who's fantastic at keeping hold of the ball, I can only see this midfield having Bambber and Lewis Miley sat as a double pivot as being one of the strongest defensive midfields of a young progressive team. And this is where we're heading, a young progressive team. This type of player, I feel, will rally supporters. I feel like we won't fully appreciate how good he is until we see him playing. And statistically, I don't want to lean too heavy on the statistics because I think the eye test will back it up. But among League One midfielders with significant playing time, Bambber is ranked among the league's best ball winners. His tackling, his recoveries, his duels place him firmly in the elite defensive category for his age. Then you start looking at Newcastle. You start looking at this midfield. You start looking at the exodus of players. And where I feel this is really going is we need players to buy into this team again. We've got too many players there that are exodusing, don't want to be at the club, want to get out. Steur, Bamba, Miley. These are kids that will buy in. They're going to get game time. They've got something to prove. It really excites me, the thought of this midfield. And this might be the building blocks that allow Eddie Howe to start rebuilding this team if he can change his style. And like I say, Sean Steur looks like a really progressive midfielder who wants to receive the ball under pressure, drive a team forward and create. And Lewis Miley continues to develop as, I think, probably England's hottest prospect as a central midfielder. With Bambber in there as well, we will be creative. We will be able to hold the ball. If these lads can progress over the next couple of seasons, we will redevelop this midfield into something really special. It does fill me with genuine excitement. This is, you've got youth, you've got energy, you've got legs. You've got ball winners, you've got creative players. This is starting to be a new look young team that can go forward in years to come. And if we carry on buying players, this is exactly, I'll be honest, exactly what I was crying out for. If we carry on buying players in this ballpark of the 20, 30, 40 million, we will get gems. Guaranteed we will get gems, as long as we give them the game time to develop. And at 20 years old, to be making his senior debut for Monaco, playing European football, playing Champions League, this kid is something special to be breaking into that team. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you're as excited as I am. I genuinely think with a few more signings through the door, and I kind of rubbish off some of the rumours that are going around as well while we're here. I don't think Nick Voltmarder's going to Dortmund. I'll say it right now. I'll put money on it. I'll stake my claim that Nick Voltmarder's not going to Dortmund. I would also stake the claim that I don't believe we're signing James Trafford. As much as people might think Eddie Howe's #1 target is James Trafford, we wouldn't have signed Ewan Zhaoen. He would have no progression path if we signed James Trafford. I genuinely believe Ewan Zhaoen is going to be Newcastle's #1. He is going to be slowly bled into this team in the same as Toure, the same as Lewis Hall was, the same as Tino Livramento was. I believe these players are going to be our first team players. And maybe not at the start of this season, but by the end of it, we will definitely see some of these guys as regular first team starters. We will definitely see a new look Newcastle United with hopefully some new hope, some new invigoration, and definitely some drive to buy into this football club. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, hype, subscribe, do all the good things. Finally, some good news, a video to be positive about. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.